Hi everybody, Dave D here from the Crutchfield demo team, and today I'm going to talk about the NAD Masters M10 Series streaming integrated amp. Kind of just rolls off the tongue. Well, we've got a small black box here in front of me, and this thing does all kinds of stuff, including your two-channel stereo amplification, but it also does BluOS streaming for you, so it opens up a whole new world of music that just at your fingertips or on your smartphone, basically. So what we have is a built-in amplifier that's 100 watts per channel times 2 channels that does 4 or 8 ohms, so you got a versatility in terms of variety of speakers you can use with it. And even if it's your first piece in the BluOS ecosystem, or you're adding on to something you already have from Bluesound, it's a great addition because it'll get your foot in the door as far as a small chassis piece that can be tabletop placed or on a bookshelf where it's kind of out of the way. You still have controls through your smartphone, or you can actually do it from the front touchscreen panel, which you see here. A lot of options to take care of all your streaming and all your analog audio needs. NAD is known for packing a lot of power into smaller chassis. They've been doing it for years now, and this is M10 is no different. And we connected a couple of different speakers, not necessarily efficient ones, to this amplifier. It had no problem streaming clean, solid power to both sets of bookshelves we used in our demo. And as we move on to the makeup of this particular integrated amp, you've also got an ESS Saber DAC on board. So not only is the power going to handle any kind of speaker you really throw at it, it's also going to make it super clean with whatever source you're going to use here digitally. And speaking of digital, it's got an optical and coax inputs for you, so you can connect different types of gear to it. Let's say you have a CD player or a turntable that has a phono preamp already built into it. You can connect right to the RCAs on the back of this thing. And as far as analog outputs, it's got a set of preamp outputs, so you can add a more powerful amplifier if you want to step it up later on. You can certainly do that. And it also has 2 outputs for subwoofers, so if you're a bass head, go for it. Moving over to some of the streaming capabilities of this amplifier, we've got a 2-way Bluetooth setup where it's got Bluetooth with aptX, so you can actually receive from a tablet, from a phone, or from even a portable music player that might have Bluetooth built in. But it also transmits Bluetooth for you, so if you've got a set of Bluetooth headphones, you're in great shape to listen to your music coming right from the streaming amplifier. And then let's move to the BluOS streaming capabilities of this thing. Not only does it have its own streaming capabilities built in, but it also enjoys being part of a BluOS ecosystem with a huge array of streaming sources you can choose from. You've got Spotify Connect you can use, you've got Deezer, you've got Qobuz, and if you're a Tidal fan, you're going to really like this piece because it works directly with MQA, Master Quality authenticated songs that they have on their premium service, so you'll get amazing sound from this particular integrated amplifier. So to control these great apps that you can stream on this integrated amplifier, you can use the app that BluOS provides free for your phone or for your tablet, but you can also use this huge touchscreen on the front here. It's pretty intuitive. You can actually go into different sources through it, and while this particular amp doesn't have a knob, you can actually just touch the screen and look at the dial and use your finger to twirl it around like that. And very easy to control, very easy to see album art. I actually like watching album art that's coming on when I'm listening to music, so that's huge for me. And as you move along to control this thing, you'll find that not only can you just control your music, there are all kinds of options in BluOS that allow you to customize how you want to listen to this particular piece as well as all the other items in the BluOS family. So very cool stuff. And speaking of cool stuff, it actually has Direct Live Lite version built in, which is a room calibration service that is going to be available with a firmware upgrade for this piece. And the package actually includes a microphone you connect to your computer. You set up the calibration system for your room, and it'll take everything into account as far as the characteristics of that room and set it for the best sound capable coming out of this piece. So pretty cool stuff there too. And with room calibration, this piece has an interesting input as well. It's got an HDMI ARC input. So let's say you want a simple 2-channel stereo system to add to your TV. This will make a great add-on instead of using a soundbar. Not necessarily known for great audio. This thing will be able to let you listen to music you like on television the way you want to, in stereo and with great sound. Some other great features included on this NAD piece are Apple AirPlay 2, the latest version of AirPlay, which lets you not only control your music with Siri, but you can also control several different components that use AirPlay 2 separately. There is also Alexa capability built into the NAD M10, so you'll be able to use voice control and let you know who do the music choosing for you, or do the work for you, I should say. And some more expansion capabilities. I mentioned the pre-outs or preamp outs earlier if you want to add an amplifier, but this piece also has a trigger output and an IR input. which allows you to basically, the IR input basically lets you hide this in a cabinet if you don't really want to see it, but who wouldn't want to see this? I mean, it's gorgeous. But if you want it in the cabinet hidden, you can do that and just have an IR repeater outside that cabinet to feed a remote. And as far as the trigger out, that will actually send a 12-volt pulse to another component to turn it on when this comes on. So you don't have to mess around with turning separate things on at separate times. Like most NAD Masters pieces, this is a 3-year warranty. So you know the build quality is good. And NAD, like I mentioned before, has done wonderful work in making huge power out of small spaces like this 8.5-inch NAD M10. So if you need any help choosing your BluOS piece, including the M10 here, please give our advisors a call, or you can email or chat as well, and they'll be glad to help you out. Thanks.